Don't buy the Tab S10 Ultra. Buy the Tab S10 FE Plus instead. Let's go. The Tab S10 FE Plus versus the Tab S10 Ultra. In most scenarios, it's a total mismatch. Except, however, if you actually use tablets like a normal person. First, let's compare them. On a design standpoint, and especially from a distance, they're incredibly close. The Ultra, however, is sleeker, slimmer, and lighter than what the Tab S10 FE Plus is. At least lighter in the sense of it's bigger, and then the weight distribution feels lighter in the hand. It also has a slightly more premium in-hand feel as well, but only slightly. The FE Plus is a little bit weightier in the hand in terms of its weight distribution and slightly thicker, which does make it feel like a premium tablet, so it's not too far apart. Samsung, though, have done a pretty good job at keeping the aesthetics very similar on a tablet standpoint. The only difference that you lose here from a design point of view is that the back where the S Pen sits, you don't have the magnetic strip on the Tab S10 Ultra on the FE Plus. However, there is a magnet there and it does actually sit there, but because it's a passive S Pen, it doesn't charge. But it's thin enough and light enough that it's not really too much of a difference. Displays, though, there's a big gap here. The Ultra, not only does it have a very, very bright dynamic AMOLED 120Hz panel, but it also has the anti-reflective coating, which is a total game changer on a display where you do lots of work and watch a lot of entertainment. Forget the size of the Ultra for a moment, because the Tab S10 Plus is very similar in terms of its display quality, and just focus on the fact that it has amazing display quality. The FE Plus has a 90Hz IPS LCD screen, which next to the Tab S10 Ultra, you can absolutely see this difference. Especially when watching content, there is absolutely no contest. The S10 Ultra is just a better viewing experience, hands down. But that's only when it's side by side. If you isolate the Tab S10 FE Plus on its own, you're not going to be too bothered by it. The display quality is good enough for the majority of users who are just going to be watching some YouTube videos, maybe some Netflix and light social media. It's fine. Totally fine, just not excellent. The speakers do quite well on the Tab S10 FE Plus compared to the Ultra, but not as good as the Ultra, as you can hear.
I have two S25 Ultras and an S24 Ultra. All of them are now running the latest version of One UI 7. Is this the update that finally saves the Galaxy S25 Ultra? Let's go. So as slow as Samsung's updates I have two S25 Ultras and an S24 Ultra. All of them are now running the latest version of One UI 7. Is this the update that finally saves the Galaxy S25 Ultra? Let's go. So as slow as Samsung's updates have been...
Then for productivity-wise, moving away from design and display, the S10 FE Plus has got Samsung DeX. It's got both the new DeX and classic DeX built into the tablet, but they're only on device. There is no external monitor support for Samsung DeX on the FE Plus, which is a little bit disappointing. I was hoping to see that go to a sort of secondary monitor. But again, for the general user who just wants to use their tablet for some light productivity, DeX on board is actually a really good value proposition. The Tab S10 Ultra, of course, not only supports DeX on device, but also the wireless DeX option as well as the HDMI DeX option. I have the keyboard for the S10 Ultra, which makes it really a laptop replacement, and I love using it. I don't have the keyboard for the S10 FE Plus. It does support it, you can get one for it, but I don't have one. However, I've taken it to Sydney with a wireless Bluetooth keyboard and a mouse and used it down there. The advantage of this setup here with the Tab S10 FE Plus is that it just gives you that option to take it portable. You don't need to bring with you a big bulky laptop or a bigger tablet like the Ultra. You can just have this and you can do all your work, whether you're using new DeX or whether you're using classic DeX or just One UI 7 on the tablet, which we'll talk about. It's such a great setup to take with you. Honestly, for productivity, if you're just gonna be doing some like note-taking, some email browsing, and all that sort of stuff, this is pretty much unmatched to use as a device for the price and the value that you're actually getting from it. Because it has these Bluetooth options, it doesn't lose any points. But the brighter screen and that anti-reflective screen with Samsung DeX, not just on device, but external support as well, do make the Ultra a better productivity option. You can also consider the camera options as well. Not the rear camera, because who cares, the selfie cameras. The Ultra, with its little notch cutout at the top when it's in landscape mode, has got two selfie cameras in there, an ultra-wide and a wide angle, whereas the FE Plus just has the single one. Let's take a look at the quality difference, both with the microphone and with the output in 4K 30 with both cameras on the FE Plus and then the Ultra.
Close my foot.
Yeah, this
Close my foot.
is recording with the front-facing camera on the Galaxy Tab S10 FE Plus, and what the microphone sounds like. Now, obviously, this will most likely be used for video calls because of its size, and with a bit of environment noise, my daughter's around, this is what it sounds like on the FE Plus. Now I'm going to switch to the Tab S10 Ultra. Now the Tab S10 Ultra has got two front-facing cameras in the little cutout there. And this is the sort of normal wide angle. Then you've got an ultra wide angle. Say hi, Racina. That's not very good. This is what the microphone sounds like on the Tab S10 Ultra. Again, I guess for productivity purposes, the microphone is going to be quite important, especially when you consider video calls, or even if people just want to record themselves using the selfie camera for instructional purposes. Performance-wise, there's a total mismatch here, which I do find a little bit strange, because on the phones, the FE series of phones always has the flagship processor with flagship features attached to it, which means performance-wise, you're not lacking. What you'd miss is flagship cameras and a flagship design. Whereas here it's a little bit reversed. You don't get the flagship offering when it comes to hardware in terms of chips, but you do get a flagship design, which is, I guess, a little bit reversed, like I said. And what this does is it creates this performance gap where when you try and do more intensive work, whether like video editing, for example, it just will not perform as fast. It can do it, it can export it, but it will do it nowhere near as quickly or efficiently as what the Tab S10 Ultra will do it with the Tab S10 FE Plus. That same processor problem also impacts the Galaxy AI features with software. There is no Galaxy AI features to speak of on the Tab S10 FE Plus. It actually just gets the same AI features or intelligent features as the Galaxy A series. So whatever the A56 has got, this has got. And it's realistically features that have either existed before, like Object Eraser, and Smart Select, which is rebranded as AI Select, and just being housed in one menu inside the settings. The Tab S10 FE Plus does launch with One UI 7. However, I'm not a fan of One UI 7 on tablets. There's a bit of an issue at the moment. I don't know how long this is going to last, but the quick panel, when you swipe down, doesn't allow you to swipe across to go to the notifications and vice versa. So if I swipe down to bring the notifications, I can't swipe across to go to the quick panel. I have to go all the way to the top and reach down and swipe in that top right area. And then I can't swipe to go across to the notifications. It's a bit of a weird bug. Hopefully it gets sorted. The S Pen experience also differs slightly. The Tab S10 Ultra, of course, has all the bells and whistles with the Bluetooth functionality where you can launch it, use it as a remote in the camera and obviously other areas. Whereas the FE Plus, it's a passive S Pen, which I don't think should be too much of a disappointment for people. The fact that the S Pen is available at all and comes bundled with it is a huge value add, and it has all of the same S Pen features as what the Ultra does, minus those Bluetooth ones. So the thing is, with all of these disadvantages that I've outlined, why would I then recommend the FE Plus over the Ultra? Simple. Price to value proposition. Most people will use their tablets as an extension of how they use their smartphone. If they want to do something on a bigger screen, they'll pick up their tablet to do it. And that's likely going to be a bit more sort of purposeful social media, some entertainment, whether that be through YouTube or whether that be through Netflix, or a little bit of light productivity with checking emails. For all of those three things, the Galaxy Tab S10 FE Plus will provide you a near flawless experience. I do think an AMOLED display wouldn't have gone astray. Like on the FE version of phones, you could have put just a 90Hz AMOLED. It doesn't have to be as good. You don't need to have the anti-reflective coating, but an AMOLED screen would have been nice to have, especially as it's LCD in 2025. I thought we'd moved on from that. But again, most people will not even notice. They won't check to ask, is that an LCD screen? Most people still call AMOLED screens LCD anyway, so really, no one's going to notice too much. Only if you have it next to the Ultra will you really notice. The only reason to get the Ultra, or I guess reasons, is if you require those extra upgrades specifically for what you do. If you take your tablets outdoors a lot for productivity and entertainment, that anti-reflective coating and the better display will absolutely make a difference. If you need more performance for video editing or processing, or if you want AI features on your tablet, you get the Ultra. And if you like the status and prestige of spending a lot of money on something, then you get the Ultra. But if none of that matters, you just want a dependable device that will slot into your Samsung ecosystem because it works with all of the ecosystem, then the Tab S10 FE Plus or the FE, if you want a smaller version, will be perfect. Let me know which one you would need for your lifestyle. I've got links for both of them in the description for you to check out. Hit subscribe whilst you're down there as well, and I'll see you guys in the next one. You!